And we're back. Welcome to the Pocket Party Podcast. I'm your host, Darren Carter, the party starter. You know him from That 70s Show and The Tonight Show. Please welcome Claude Stuart.
Hello, Darren. What's up, buddy?
Let's start that party.
Uh-oh. Look out now. Here we go.
Dude, someone gave this to me. Thank you, buddy. Someone gave this to me the week before the lockdown. I was in El Paso at the comic strip, and someone gave me this light, and I really haven't had a chance to use it. I used it once. I've used it once, and I thought maybe I could incorporate it into the podcast somehow. I don't know. But
well, yeah, it reminds me of like in the 80s, the roller rink that they would have, you know.
Everybody skate backwards.
Yeah, line up, slap hands. Yeah. Or in my case, yeah. Claude Stuart, your mom's in the parking lot. Claude Stuart, go meet your mom.
I could never skate backwards. Could you ever skate backwards?
For like three, I could do the 3 steps and then I'd fall on my ass.
Really? No, I could never do it. You know, I could ride a unicycle, but I could only ride a unicycle forward. I was never able to go backwards. And and you have to kind of know how to go backwards if you want to stand still on the unicycle. I would just jump on it and then just go.
Yeah, you know?
And lately I've been riding bikes with my son, and my son is, I forgot how, they say it's like riding on a bike. Like, no, what do they say again? Like if you haven't done something in a while, that expression, it's like riding a bike.
Like riding a bike. You pick right up.
Yeah, which is true. But you know what you don't pick up about riding? If you haven't ridden a bike in 20 years, 25 years, you forget, number one, how sore your butt is the first week of riding a bike. I mean, those bicycle saddles, they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable. Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. And also, it's all. Oh, that's another thing. They don't call them bicycle seats. They call them saddles. Because I was looking.
What?
I was Googling.
I haven't heard about this.
I was Googling how to get a more comfortable. And a lot of these bicycle groups, they're all, you need a saddle, this kind of saddle, that kind of saddle. And then they try to sell you on the bicycle shorts. And apparently these bicycle shorts, you're not supposed to wear underwear with them. But I mean, I'm not gonna get into bicycling that much. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wear my cargo shorts and just ride. I'm not.
I started off with a unicycle and I ended up with a camel toe. Folks, hello. What happened? Oh
yeah, exactly. I started out with a unicycle, and now I'm a uniball. No. Yeah. Oh, my saddle. No, but what I was about to say, my son.
I don't want to bring up the elephantitis in the room, Darren.
What I was gonna say is when I was a kid, man, I could like, they used to call it pop a wheelie. I could ride a wheelie and I could ride without hands, and that's what my son's doing. He's not popping the wheelies, but he's definitely able to ride his bike without hands. And now he's like, look, Dad, I'm a master at it. Like he's able to put his hands behind his back and actually turn the bike and go into a circle with no hands.
Your boy's got skills.
It took me about it took me about 2 weeks to get the confidence to finally let go of the handlebars. And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember, like I could let go of the handlebars, and you start feeling the rhythm of the balance, but I'm not good enough to really turn yet. I mean, I can turn a little bit, but I still get nervous and grab onto the thing. And I'm definitely not good enough to put my hands behind my back and go over like bumpy roads like he's able to do.
See, that's interesting that you said, you're feeling good, but you didn't quite have the confidence yet. Like as an adult, you're smart. You can think logically about it. But like as a kid, I remember every time I did like a crazy physical activity, I was 100% confident and 0% rational.
Right.
Like everything I did, I was like, yeah, sounds great. Let's do it. Broken ankle immediately. But,
I know. Yeah, right. Remember you just like go as fast as you could, just flying off the curb, or you were like, I remember we used to make these homemade ramps, and we're like, we're gonna be like Dukes of Hazzard, and like, now I start thinking like, what if the wheel detaches in the front, or what if the forks bend, or what if you start like, what if the whole thing like smashes to the shape of a taco? Like you start, you think too much. And
oh my God, Darren, you just reminded me, this was an old school bit of mine. The first CD I ever did, my little trademark bit used to be like, my favorite TV show was the Dukes of Hazzard growing up. And it was because right before they cut to a commercial, they would freeze frame all the action in midair, right? Like the car, the General Lee would jump like 50 feet above a tree, everything would stop, and you'd hear the voice of Waylon Jennings go, "Well, looks like them Duke boys in one heap of trouble." Right?
Yeah.
I wish I had that. I wish I had like a redneck voice in my head that would warn me right before I screw up. You know, like so many times in my life, you know, it's last call, I'm stumbling out of the bar, like I wish everything would have stopped. Like, well, looks like old Claude's taking home a girl with an eye patch and a hair lip. Thank you, voice in my head. I'm going home.
Yeah. You know, with the name like Claude, I feel like you would like the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, it's a great name, Claude.
I didn't have a choice. You know.
Yeah. Is your middle name? Is it sort of a name like Claude, or is it? What's your middle name? Or do you
Not
put
at all.
it out
Okay.
there?
Oh my God, my middle name. Okay, it's capital L, small e, capital R-O-Y. So it's technically pronounced Leroy, but everybody calls me Leroy.
Right, Leroy. Right? Is it Leroy, R-O-Y, or R-A-Y?
It's Leroy, so it's supposed to be Leroy, but all my buddies like, Leroy, what's up, bud? You know.
Oh, it's
so
funny.
I'm Claude Leroy Stuart the Fourth, so it's like a French first name, a black middle name, a Scottish last name, and then on the fourth.
yeah, because you always hear like bad Leroy Brown, you know.
Yes.
Like that, or Claude. Hi, Claude. Yeah, that's funny, man. But you're the fourth. You're the fourth. You're the Claude. Wow. Now, does that mean
there's something crazy? My son is the fifth.
Really? Now, does that mean he's Claude Stuart the fifth, or do they have to have the same middle names, or does everybody have the same?
It's very kind of an old school Southern thing, but I promised my dad, I was like, okay, fine. If we have a boy, you know, I'll carry on the name, and no OCD in my family, right?
Yeah. So everybody has the same first, middle, and last name. Yeah,
absolutely. And my mom's name is Ann, and my sister's name is Ann Dyer. That's a Southern thing. It's like they give the women double names, like Alice Bell and Tanya Virginia. You know,
it's cool. All that's really cool. I feel like some of these traditions are going to go away, and I love that there's still some traditions that people have. I mean, that's great.
No, it's kind of cool.
Where are you from? Where is? I don't even know. Tell us where you're from.
I'm originally from a different country. I think you've heard of it, Mississippi. Control your jealousy, DC. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny. We're not known for our smarts in Mississippi, but most people in Mississippi think Shakespeare is a fishing technique. You know, get him, stab him, Jimmy. You know, but. I'll tell you this, man. Mississippi has one form of education that no other state in the country has, and we're the only state that like actually teaches kids how to, you know, accurately count the time. You know, if you think about it, you know, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Oh, that's
3.
right.
Right? That's only one.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I told my son that because he didn't know what I was doing, because we played some game. It was like hide and seek or something, and I was going 1 Mississippi, 2, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Like he didn't understand, and I was like, I had to break it down and tell him, "Oh, that's the time it fills up a second of time," whatever. It was like a long, you know.
Oh, no, it's 5 syllables. You can do it. You can't do that with Maine. 1 Maine, 2 Maine, 3 Maine. Damn it! It's not.
Unless it sounds like somebody who's on meth, right? 1 Maine, 2 Maine, 3 Maine. Yeah.
But by the way, to all your audience, all the listeners and viewers out there, welcome to our show, or as I like to call it, my mother-in-law's spare room.
That looks great.
Did the best I could.
It's funny the way those heads don't touch them or ruin them or anything, but the way those headset is going in, it looks like you're like a doctor of some sort, you know, like like a stethoscope. Nurse,
breathe. Yep. Exhale. Nurse. Scalpel.
Yeah. I love it.
Affirmative.
So you're from Mississippi. Man, I performed at a college in Mississippi. It was one of the bigger ones. It was about, it must have been about 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Was it Ole Miss? Or
Ole Miss. And I just remember I was single back then, and I just remember thinking like some of the prettiest girls I ever saw in the whole country were at Ole Miss, and also when I performed at Vanderbilt in Nashville.
Yes.
Those two states, those two schools, I was like, wow, you know?
No, it's amazing. I've been to both. Yeah, I performed to both as well. And, you know, my parents, they live in Tennessee now, not too far from Vanderbilt. And it's pretty unbelievable. You know, people don't, you know, there's that whole stereotype of, Mississippi is like Dukes of Hazzard without shoes, you know.
Right,
and
right.
Look, yes, there is that there, but there are a lot of, you know, like elitist, snobby people who all they do is read. You know, there is a a lot of educated folks out there, but
all they do is read. I thought you were going to say a joke. The snooty elitists who prefer Target over Walmart. I mean, no, you know what though, man? Honestly, it's like, it's so funny. This whole, this lockdown, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I was already kind of humble before, but even more so now, right? Because you realize like, dude, you're your mother's, mother-in-law's basement or whatever, spare bedroom. It's like, and I'm, we're hanging out up at the farm, and I'm spending time at the farm up near Fresno, and I'm coming back to LA, and I'm doing these. Anyways, my point is, I've been spending a lot of time at Walmart, and I'm like, you know what? Well, I actually have a new appreciation for Walmart. When I'm up at the farm, I mean, Walmart's a big day for me, man. I go into Walmart, I'm like, it's huge. There's so many things there. There's great deals. I feel like with all the wildfires, there's filtered air. I can actually walk around instead of a Walmart and get my exercise and my steps in.
You forget how much they have, which is pretty amazing. And actually, we were talking about elitists. There are some elitists at a Walmart going, at least we're not at Kmart. Clink.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
What was that? Kmart. I can't believe they had that ad slogan. They actually used to have one. It was like, there's smart, then there's Kmart smart.
Oh, yeah.
That was their tagline. And I think they were trying to give themselves a cool little hit thing to say, but it almost sounded like they were demeaning all their employees. It was like, oh, they're smart.
I got so bored. I drove to one of those little small towns recently. I went down. I was like there's, and it was one of those small towns, and I went to their mall because I needed the exercise. I was like, let me walk, because like I said, the forest fires, and this mall was like walking back in time. It was actually really cool. Like, I was there with my son. He'll be 13 next week.
Oh, wow.
So we're hanging out. He's 5.5, and I felt like we were like for a split second, I felt like we were just buddies hanging out at the mall back. And I was like a teenager again too, because at this mall they had JCPenney, and they also had a record store, Claude. Like, it was like one of the last record stores.
Was he like just awestruck? A record? Dad, what's a record?
Yeah. Well,
they don't get it.
Yeah, because they had vinyl, they had CDs, they had
sweet.
a lot of merch, like weird merch, and just, I think that's mainly what they were trying to make their money off of, is like the weird merch and stuff.
Right.
But just the whole idea that they actually had CDs, and it wasn't a used record store. It was like they had new CDs and stuff. Like, it was in the mall. Awesome. It wasn't like a weird, like Hollywood, how like Hollywood, they can have like those niche. This is in the mall.
Yeah, I would never have thought that. It would be like by JCPenney and a Dillard's,
Yeah, I didn't even know that JCPenney's was around anymore, but we went into the JCPenney, and
Holy shit.
I know. I was actually thinking, like, I don't know if you've ever bought shirts at Target, but like sometimes Target will have a good t-shirt, but then you will see a lot of that same t-shirt like everywhere. Like, you're like, oh, that guy has it, and that guy has it, and that guy has it. So I thought, man, if I get like a cool t-shirt at JCPenney, I don't think anybody's going to have it, because who goes to JCPenney,
I know. Yeah. It's like Sears. Like, really? That exists? And it's funny, Darren, you brought up music, because I know, obviously, we've known each other for years. I know, hip hop, that world really well. And I got to tell you, I'm listening. My cousin was blasting Sir Mix-a-Lot yesterday, right?
Oh, it's cool.
Listen to Big Butts, and listen, everybody loves that song. It's a lot of fun, but I got to tell you, telling a woman that she has an attractive posterior, and if you're gonna say I like big butts and I cannot lie, okay, yeah, it's very blunt, it's to the point, we get it. There's no gray area, right? But the Beastie Boys and Hey Ladies, to me, said it 100 times better, and they said, I now to like girls to bounce with a weight that pays about a pound per ounce. That's a fluid, more poetic way to get into it.
I like that. This guy did a country version of I Like Big Butts. His name is Joe Nichols. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and he's like, I like big butts and I cannot lie. It's pretty damn good. Yeah. I actually might be wrong on that. Let me just double check, because I have a fan that loves to fact check everything I say. So Joe Nichols, Big Butts, Can't Lie.
Do you have a fan that's like constantly, I'm sorry, roll the tape back, I'm the stenographer, page 13.
Yeah, exactly.
Darren Carter missed a vowel.
And then I have another, I wouldn't say a fan, but a friend or whatever, that Well, the reason the mic is up higher is he goes, your show would look more professional if you had a headset and a microphone. And I go, dude, I got earbuds and I do have a microphone, but it's like, see, usually it's out of frame. So I thought,
Dude,
well, let me put it in frame. So
that looks like you're about to see Jupiter with that thing.
does it like a telescope?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like a telescope. Oh, dude, I wanted to ask you about this. So, okay. So is there a reason? Okay. I was going to ask you, is there a reason that you're not in LA? Because I know that there's a reason that we're not in LA. And and the bigger question is, have you noticed all these comedians? It's almost like the Big Bang Theory with comedy and like this explosion of like where they're moving. All these comedians are abandoning ship. I don't know if you've noticed that, but yeah.
Well, 100%. I mean, first of all, I think I'll tell you why I am in a minute. But first of all, I think a lot of comics are realizing, wow, if I go to South Carolina, I'm going to be saving thousands upon thousands of dollars as opposed to living in LA. For me, basically, my mother-in-law was, she had a roommate and had some foreign exchange students. And when COVID started, March Madness hit, they all had to leave and she's disabled. So we wanted to help her out. But my son, is 6 years old. He's like me. He's got my energy. He's always bouncing off the walls like a coked up ferret, right? So
Your son is so cute, you guys. His son is so cute. I think I said something the other day. I go, man, that's just, these are the good old days for you and your son. I mean, he's going to look back at this time and it's going to be so, I don't even know what I said, but I was just like.
Yeah, no, that's what you said. You were like, good old days, man. You're going to enjoy it,
It's adorable, man. It's great. It really is great. But anyways, as you were, I'm sorry, carry on.
No, it's all right, brother. And like you, was a fellow redhead. So, we thought like a 5-bedroom house is better for him to run around than me. And listen, Darren, honestly, I tease my family, but it's honestly been a blessing to be with my mother-in-law and everybody here for the last 6 months. It's a true joy.
If you're on YouTube, there's a joke right there. Go into YouTube and watch what he's holding up a sign. Can they hear this? Can they? The sign says, "Help me." What's it
for
like
the love of God?
Does it ever get chaotic there at the?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm not just living with my mother-in-law. Okay, I'll break it down for you real quick. Every meal I have, 3 times a day, I have to basically sit there with my temperamental 6-year-old boy, my judgmental, micromanaging wife, her chain-smoking, phlegm-coughing, alcoholic mother, 2 perpetually ravenous canines, and a squawking parrot. Okay, so literally every meal. Oh yes, just rap. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying not to reach my boiling point. Totally. I've eaten the food. The dogs are yipping and yapping. They're jumping above the table. They're so high they're practically levitating. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to be cool, and then we can't feed them before we eat because that's the rule, right? And so we got to wait till my son finishes his meal because he wants to feed him, and that takes forever, Darren, because he has 1 bite of his mac and cheese, and he wants to have a half-hour debate over who would win a race between Usain Bolt and the Flash. This is a legitimate argument he likes to have every night, and there's no consistency. It's Usain Bolt one night and the other night's the Flash, right? So we have to wait till that finally he gets done. He runs over to feed the doggies, but he steps in the water bowl because my insane mother-in-law booby traps the kitchen like she's a prisoner of war, right? Night he steps in it. I get up to help him. My shoulder hits this 1972 rotary phone that she has mounted on the wall. And Derek, it's a double injury. I hit it with my shoulder, it moves my scapula. Then the receiver falls off and hits my foot. So I'm hopping around like a pirate. Every night this happens to me. I never remember this. I go over to help him. He steps in the water bowl. He's got a wet sock. He's freaking out. I'm trying to help him. My wife starts micromanaging me because, what do I know about parenting, right? He didn't shoot out of my vagina. That tune never gets old, Darren. So finally, I'm trying to calm him down. Meanwhile, her mom's drinking like Nick Cage and leaving Las Vegas and coughing up a lung like Doc Holliday in Tombstone. And millennials, that's 2 90s references in one joke. Google it. So meanwhile, the birds rap. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. Darren, I love my family. I'm not going to lie to you. After half a year of living with this crap, dude, I'm praying for COVID.
Help me. Help me. Dude, that's great. Dude, you know what? That is so funny. I hope you write that down and put that into a bit. This
Oh,
is like,
absolutely.
this is comedy gold. People can relate to this kind of stuff, you know?
It's in
Like,
the thing is, you can't make it up, Darren. This is my life, you know?
I know. And it's so funny. Like, you know, I'm writing stuff down. That's what I've been doing. I've been things that happen and during this thing, I jot it down, I write it down. Sometimes I tweet it, and it's really funny what people can connect with. You know, like my son, he's twice as old as your boy. He's 12. He'll be 13, like I said, next September 26th. And
That's awesome.
When school first started, where they did the whole thing Zoom online, my wife and I, we didn't want to disturb him. Oh, by the way, you know he's a Hollywood kid because whenever class starts, he's like, "Okay, everyone, quiet on the set, quiet on the set." Like,
he says that.
He actually says, "Quiet on the set."
It's so cute. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's like, "Quiet on the set." So we're all tiptoeing around, but my wife and I will sometimes want to communicate with each other. So we've been texting back and forth, and then my wife said something funny the other day. She goes, "Gosh, he's in school and we're the ones passing notes," you know, like. Yeah.
Dude, I get this image you're trying to discipline. You're like, all right, son, that's enough. Go to your room. He's like, and cut. Dad, let's take that again. And this time you're going to give me some chocolate.
Yeah. Quiet on the set. Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. The thing he said the other night, it's getting a lot of response online. I said something like, I want to get the wording down exactly right for you, Claude. And then I'm going to jump into a couple questions for you.
Sure.
I know you're working on a screenplay. So I'm going to ask you about that next, but not yet. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. This is a little sweet story. I said, well, not really, but just a little thing that happened. The other night, I kissed my son goodnight on the forehead and said to my wife, and I was basically trying to be able to lower the AC because they love to have it at a certain temperature that's too warm for me. So I give him a kiss. I go, "Good night, son. I love you." I go, his forehead's kind of warm. Just hoping that we'd lower the AC. And then my son goes, "Wow, Dad, your whole head is practically a forehead." Like, I was like, "Ooh."
Well, looks like you won this round, Junior.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is me with hair. Somebody found that. That was.
Oh, dude. That's you when I met you, man. Absolutely.
That wasn't even that long ago. I mean, this is why I feel like it wasn't that long ago. This is probably 14 years ago, 15 years ago, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You and I, we've known each other since the 90s. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I made a little joke on that one, though. I said, because they found that at a comedy club in Chicago. And apparently I signed a picture on the wall and I said, after performing at Riddles in Chicago, I got over 14 new friends on MySpace. So,
yeah,
the MySpace days.
That's right. Oh, my God. I got to tell you this real quick, Darren. So, the other day, you know, my son, he's in the kitchen and I look at him, he just does this. He goes, and I go, what are you doing, bud? And he goes, "I'm being a statue." I'm like, okay, that's cute. And then my drunk mother-in-law stumbles in and goes, "Don't be a statue. You'll get torn down by the new radicals."
Yeah.
He says to me with a straight, he's like, "Daddy, who are the new radicals?" And I was like, a 90s band.
Yeah.
Hey, you only get what you give. You get that. Okay. Well, millennials again. Google it. It's a song.
Google it. Looks like you're shaving, man. Are you shaving like every day during this quarantine?
I shaved for you. I shaved for this show. Mad respect. I honestly, I probably shave like once a week, but I kind of walk that thin line. You know, if I grow it out too much, it's all red and I look like an extremely tall leprechaun. I kind of got to make that judgment choice, but once a week.
It's fun. Yeah, because I've been shaving like once a week, and then I definitely shave the head, especially when I'm going to be on camera. I'm like, I don't want to go for. Although for a while there, I was trying to grow my hair out on top just to see if I could, and dude, it was funny. Like nobody could see it. No, and in fact, because the hair is very light, like if you ever lose your hair, I don't know if you probably won't, but if you ever do, because we're redheads, and as you get older, it kind of goes blonde. The only way people would see my hair is if I held something behind my head like this, and you could and it just wasn't worth it. It was like,
oh, you could see it like kind of reflecting.
Yeah, it was just like, I was like, let me just go for this. It's so weird, dude. I didn't want to just have you on to talk about me, but I gotta have you.
Well, too late for that. Here we go.
Dude, this is okay. You know how you have in your mind, you think you know what you look like. Like I even do that joke on stage where I'm like, hey, I'm Bruce Willis, you know. So in my mind, I look a certain way, right? Somebody drew me, this artist, he drew me, and this is the drawing that he came up with. Look at this. And
Oh my God. Dude, that is not you. You know what that looks like? What was that commercial for the, oh my God, it was roller coaster.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. I mean, I'm wearing, good.
Listen, whoever drew it, you're a good artist, but that's not Darren.
Okay, good. Because so look at that. There, if you guys can see that on YouTube, that's it right there. And I am sort of, you know, with the glasses and the thing, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's funny because I've sent it to a few of my guy friends, and they're like, "That guy nailed it, man. That's you."
No, dude, that's an intellectual Elmer Fudd. That's not Darren Carter.
my wife sees it and she gets repulsed and turns away every time I show it to her. I go, "Do you think this is me?" She's like, "No."
But Darren, you can use that in an argument when if she starts yelling at you. Oh yeah, honey, how about this? Okay, fine, you win.
Is this what you're mad at for turning the air conditioner down? No. Oh, I was going to ask you. You said you're working on a movie right now. You're writing now. Is this something you're doing on your own, or did Paramount Pictures reach out to you, or how is this?
No. So I've been the last 3.5 years I've been working on that TV show. I've been writing for Funny You Should Ask, which is a comedy game show starring Howie Mandel, Louis Anderson, Whitney Cummings, Tiffany Haddish. A lot of super funny people. And basically, we went on a hiatus, halfway through the summer. And I was like, all right, I'm going to start writing my own stuff because I've always had these ideas I wanted to follow up on. And look, here's my theory. If you don't do everything and follow every idea you have while you technically don't really have a schedule, then you can't complain. So I was just like, all right, let's go for all this. So yeah. So I've actually, this is crazy, but I rewrote a pilot. I wrote another pilot. I've written 2 screenplays and I just started my 3rd. So,
wow.
Hey, Darren, you know what they say? Quantity, not quality. It's been fun though.
When you write a screenplay, how are you writing it? Like, I'm just kind of a technical question. I don't want to bore the listeners, but I'm very interested in, so hopefully they will. Are you using a notebook? Are you using Final Draft?
Yeah, totally.
What's your Final process?
Draft. Well, what I do is I try to come up with, I have an idea. I try to give it a title. And then, I'll just come up with the log line. And then, it's like, okay, for those of you not in the know, the log line is just basically the one sentence that says what the movie's about, I was gonna say, can you tell us any of these log lines or any of these? Well, okay. The first, on this hiatus this summer, the first screenplay I wrote, it's kind of a throwback to the 80s sex comedies, but there's a love story. So it's kind of like Porky's and Animal House, but it's set at a co-ed boarding school, and it's not the kids, it's the teachers.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so it's all the teachers, you know what I mean? So
sounds like you're really horny during this lockdown.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, honey, I can do some writing. No.
How you doing? Wow, he doesn't come out. It's very strange. He's in the bathroom writing the whole time.
Coming up with ideas.
If masturbation's a sin, I'm Satan. Come out! No, but yeah, basically, it's kind of. I mean, the log line, I guess, would be there's a lot of crazy mischief going on to this boarding school, but not by the kids. Or the epic battle of an evil headmaster versus a group of teachers with a lot of vice principals. And the title of the movie, and this is really immature and sophomoric, but the title is Headmasters. I mean, I know it's immature, but it's a perfect title for it.
I got a question. So
yes,
I never saw Porky's, but it came out when I was, teenager, puberty.
82.
I don't even know.
It came out.
Yeah, okay, that's when it came out. So I remember everybody was excited by it. I think, and I think the big scene was that they were able to like look through some hole and see the girls showering at the locker room in PE or something. Was that
without giving the whole thing away? Spoiler
alert! It's like 40 years ago.
Well, however, it's okay you said that because the poster of Porky's is basically like this hot girl. You see part of her body in the shower, and there's one creepy eye that's staring through the hole. So yes, in that scene, they're staring through the hole, whatever, and then this one large woman is kind of blocking this one guy's view. Pee-wee. Pee-wee's the main character, and he's a virgin, and he's all excited and trying to look, and finally he yells at you, "Move your fat ass out of the way!" And she kind of turns to like, "What?" And all the women go, "Oh my God, there's a creepy guy," but there's 3 of them, and then Beulah Ballbreaker, they call her Beulah Ballbreaker. She's like the angry like gym coach. She runs in there and goes, "What's going on? What's going on?" First, the guy sticks his tongue out. Then he puts his manhood out, and then she runs up and grabs it, and then and won't let go of it. And he's like, he's trying to get it. Finally, he gets out. But the big scene after that, without giving it away, she, with a straight face, she wants to do this. She proposes to the headmaster, "I want a tallywhacker lineup. And I know that tallywhacker. It's got a mole on it." And and
this was in Porky's, or the one that you wrote?
This is in Porky. No, not the one I wrote. This is in Porky. And so that was the big scene that everybody talks about. So.
Oh, really? See, it's so funny. I wonder if would I even get a kick out of it now, or is it just so long ago that?
Honestly, it's a very well written comedy. Keep in mind, it's 82 and it's set in 1954. So there's there's a racist character. There's some stuff in there. You're like, ugh. However, the racist and the guy that he's picking on actually they get each other's back and they bond. And the racist realize, no, I'm not my father. I'm me. And there's lessons learned in it.
Dude, there's so many movies I haven't seen. There's so many. I mean, I just wasn't. I just didn't get to see a lot of movies growing up. And I would love. I should probably go back, because sometimes I'll see a movie and I'm like, oh man, no wonder everybody loves What About Bob, or no wonder everybody loves, something that I should have seen the first time, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because you try to do research when you write these movies, because you want to make sure you're writing the right genre, but you want to make sure it's not too similar to what's out there.
Yeah, you don't want to write this movie and then people are like, dude, you're basically describing exactly what happened in Groundhog Day. I am.
Oh my God, really? Dude! There's a movie you'd like it, Darren. It's called The Muse. It's like 1999 with Al Brooks and Sharon Stone and Andy McDowell, and he's a writer. He's got writer's block. He's like, God, I'm stuck. I've got writer's block. So he hires a muse to inspire him to keep going, right? He hires Sharon Stone. But there's a great moment where he's like pitching the script and he's like, yeah, okay, so check it out. It's a big ship and a love story, and it goes down and everybody drowns. And they go, isn't that Titanic? He's like, yeah, whatever. Remember the movie Big with Tom Hanks? There was like 9 of those. But remember that? There literally was. There was like father, like son, 18 again, vice versa. There was a ton.
But it's a little different with the Titanic. Hey, do you happen to, for that game show, I know you guys, you as a writer, I think, don't you write questions? Do you have any questions for me and see if I could answer them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. You know what? Let me pull something up for you there, brother. Let's see. I did have some, you know what? Here's what I'll do. This will be the easiest thing. We do a lot of true or false questions on the show. And so what I'll do, I'll read the question, I'll tell you the joke, and then you guess, is it true or false?
Okay.
Should we do that? Okay, rock and roll.
Yes.
And I'll give you, there's a couple questions in here that I did on the show, but most of these were not allowed on the show because they're either were deemed too inappropriate or too dumb, yet I insist they're funny. So it's, listen, no pressure if you don't like them, but let's have some fun. Let's do this. Okay. Darren, true or false? Before he founded Jameson, the most popular Irish whiskey in the world, John Jameson was a lawyer. Joke. Yeah, and it was the only time he ever passed the bar. Right? Your silence is not really helping me.
I'm sorry. I was.
But is that true or false? What do you think?
I would say it's true.
Boom! Nailed it, baby. Yes. That is
good,
true.
Good.
Very good. Okay. In 2018, this is according to Deadline.com, Chuck Norris signed a deal with AMC to star in his own action series as a detective at age 78. Joke? Yeah, it was called I Need a Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's funny. And that's true?
It's false.
But
hey, thank you. That's it. But as we say in the picture room, when someone goes, "Is that true?" That's all I needed. I got you. Okay, so very good. Let's do this one. Number 3. True or false? According to Entertainment Tonight, Jay-Z is actually a huge fan of NASCAR. Joke. Makes sense to me. He likes it because all the cars go to the left, to the left. True or false, Derek?
I'm going to say false.
You know what? It's true.
Oh, wow.
He's buddies with Dale Earnhardt. He was in one of his videos, and I guess he was a fan, and Dale Earnhardt is like a big fan of Jay-Z.
I was actually, it's funny. I was kind of thinking it's probably true, because I think once people get to a certain level where they make a lot of money and they're in that upper echelon and they're rubbing elbows with people you'd never, you know what I mean? Then it just kind of, you know what I mean? Like like Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg have recorded, to my knowledge, 2 songs together. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you would never put 2 and 2 together. And it's like, because they're in the same circles, Kentucky Derby and this and that, and
Willie Nelson and Snoop. How much weed was in that studio? Oh my God.
I know.
Okay, what is let's try this one. True or false? According to a national Cosmo survey, over 60% of women take over an hour to shop online for vibrators. Joke? Yeah, they all go down a rabbit hole.
I would say that's true. I'd say it's true.
You know what? It's false.
They know exactly what they want, and they're in and out there within 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, they're like, I got this. And then
I got this. I got 5 stars on Amazon. Be at my doorstep tomorrow.
It's new, not used. Okay.
It's buzzing in that Amazon locker.
Okay. True or false? South Africa officially has 3 different capitals. Yeah, they took a vote, and it was an apartheid.
That's good. Oh, that's a good joke, dude. That's great.
They thought it was a little too edgy. What do you think?
I think it's true.
Absolutely, 100% true. They 3 different Johannesburg and 2 others that I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, this is you. Okay, I'm gonna do the joke, and because you do an impression of this guy so well, please repeat the joke because I know you'll nail it much better than me. Okay, true or false? In 2014, Snoop Dogg turned down a $5 million developmental deal to star in his own series for HGTV. Yeah, it was called This Place Is Homie.
Wow. This place is homie. Oh, wait.
Nailed
Nothing to it but to do it. Yeah. I'm home. I'm up in the crib. For real, though. Ooh. Let's start that party. Everybody skate backwards. All right, I got some questions for you. All right.
Oh wait, is that true or false? What do you think?
That is false.
Yes, that's false. Correct.
False. 100%
Yes. Correct. Yes.
All right, I got some questions for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. What is the most amount of money you have found or won?
Ooh, let's see. The most I did find a $100 bill one time.
Nice.
And I mean, fortunately, no one was around. I really looked around because I didn't want to be the guy that, let me step on it. Let me look around, squat, got it. And, you're on camera. Oh, I'm the cheap guy. But no, I was on the road and I was coming back from like the late show. I had a drink with some buddies and I was on the way back to the hotel and just took a turn and it was like right in front of this building that was closed. And,
that's awesome. You know what?
Franklin.
You know what? I got to tell people, if you walk around not staring at your phone, you will find certain things out there. It's the people
100%.
like when I'm not looking at my phone and just I have it in my pocket and I'm just going for my walk, I found so many like $10 bills, $20 bills. Like, I mean, you know, obviously like maybe a quarter or a dime or a nickel or a dollar or whatever. But I mean, it's because I'm not looking at my phone. I'm walking and it's like, whoa, what the hell, money? And it's a funny feeling when you see it too, right? Like, whoa, like I can't believe it. You know,
you like start inspecting it. You're like, is this even real? All right,
yeah, exactly. Am I being punked? Here's another question. Here we go. I don't know if you saw this, and supposedly this year, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are going to have a boxing match. Did you know about that?
I had no idea. Wow.
It just came out. And do you have any idea who Logan Paul is? No. Do you? No, you probably do, right? He's the YouTube guy.
Yeah. I've seen him. I've seen clips. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Good for Floyd. He's going to make a lot of money, and if they're
he needs it. Please.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Okay, so Kanye West the other day was tweeting and he was showing like his Universal contracts about how bad he felt they were. Here's my question for you. Have you ever signed or almost signed a bad contract?
Yes. And fortunately I come from a family of lawyers. Everybody I'm
good.
related to, they're either a teacher or an attorney. And my father. So I don't sign anything without letting him check it out. But yeah, there was one time where I thought like, oh yeah, man, I got this. This is a TV deal. This is awesome. I'm in it every week. And then it was worded in a way where, well, we can drop you at any time, and you're going to show up to the pilot, you get paid for that, but beyond that, we can't really guarantee, you know. So my dad connected me with a very good entertainment attorney, and we changed some things. So
that's great. And then so you were able to change things, and then because there's always that nervous part of me that'd be like, well, if I change things, and I take it to them, are they going to be like, we don't need it? But
exactly, you're at their mercy.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. So
but then you also sometimes you can kind of like prove like, hey, this guy's got the guts, or he did his research, and he's not just an idiot.
That's good. It's almost like if somebody calls you up and they're like, you know, they're like, I'm just going to put this out there to all these comedians, and they just throw out some really low number, and they'll just see who bites. And if there's enough comedians that are like, I'll do it, I'll drive across the country for $30.
I know.
You know, and then they're like, but if you're the one comic that's like, and if they really want you, they'll be like, because I've had that happen too, where they're like, oh no, there's airfare, there's this, they'll bump it up a little bit and just try to, you know, but at first they want to see how much can I, you know.
Oh, they'll get away with whatever they can, you know.
They sure will. Not everybody's like that, but it can happen.
No.
What is the last thing you bought that made you happy?
Let's see. She was from Russia. The last thing I bought that made me, you know what? I took my wife to the drive-through. There's a drive-through not far from us, and drive-in. What, really, Claude? You got a Big Mac? That's your answer?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, my junior got a Happy Meal. It was awesome.
It was unbelievable. $11 bucks. Send it out, baby. No. Honestly, it was a drive-in movie, and it was awesome, man. It was really cool. It was just nighttime. You know, we kind of brought a 6-pack, cracked it open, had some popcorn, and yeah.
That's cool.
That was can I say that? Even though that's not I didn't, you know, it's not like a tangible, you know.
No, you did. You know, you paid for something that you purchased that you were like, let's go see a drive-in movie. I like that. Did you take your son with you? Did he? No,
it was too late for him. It was nighttime. Oh. We had a sitter, so you know, every once in a while, you know, our cousin steps in like, I got this. We're like, oh, all right.
I was wondering if the kid, like, if your son was like, wow, I've never been to a drive-in theater, Dad. Like, what that was like.
No, that would be cool. You know what, Darren? You know, I'm really into music, and I love all types of music, but I'm like a rocker. I love classic rock, and my son likes it too. Yeah. Oh my God! Here's the thing. Ever since Bohemian Rhapsody came out, like I started playing like a bunch of Queen. You know, I love Queen, and my son loves Queen too. But it backfired on me a couple of months ago because I'm trying to get into bed. I go, hey buddy, that's it. Let's go. We're gonna go to sleep. He looks at me, he goes, don't stop me now,
because I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Having a good time. Like I couldn't even get mad. I was like, up top, little man. That was awesome.
You know what? I've seen that movie maybe like 3 or 4 times. It is one of those movies that I have seen a lot. And my son loved it too. It was great. Like that was a song, "Don't Stop Me Now," or I think is what it's called. I don't think I even knew that song until the movie came out. Like well, you know what, Darren? It's not in their greatest hits. It's not something you hear all the time on the radio, but it's definitely like a fan favorite. You know, it was about like 78, maybe their third or fourth album. But it was one of those songs like everybody would chant. You know, but what's great about it, Darren, it's like that's Freddie. I mean, the lyrics, everything about that song is Freddie. Just unapologetic, just, hey, let me do the thing, you know? It's so good, man. That song is so like when I did you buy that album? Did you buy the soundtrack by any chance?
No, I tend to do like I'll just download songs on the computer a lot, especially since COVID. It's instead of going to the store. But you know, it's funny. My wife and I were joking about him singing that to me, and I'm like, that's cute because he did that. It's just me and him alone, you know, at home. I'm worried we're going to be in public one day and Claude the Fifth starts singing Queen at like the wrong time. You know, look, I don't want to be at grandma's funeral and he's going, another one bite the dust.
Show must go on.
Yeah. He's pointed all of her old friends. And another one's going, and another one's going, and another one bites the dust.
Oh no. Hold on. I'm going to tell you the, so I actually bought that album, and it was funny because my wife was like, well, she goes, I probably have all those songs and all different albums, but I don't know, man. There's something about actually having that album. It's really good. And there's a couple like what do they call it? Where they remaster it? It was good. Like,
Oh,
so if you guys are interested, the Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack, I have the list right here. So it opens up with the 20th Century Fox fanfare, you know, with sung by Queen. The second song is Somebody to Love. Third song is Doing All Right. Doing All Right. Remember that song was in the movie?
yeah.
Keep yourself alive. Keep
Keep
yourself
yourself
alive. Yeah.
alive.
Killer Queen, Fat Bottom Girls.
Yeah, that's my song.
It's a live version. Bohemian Rhapsody, Now I'm Here live. It's a live version. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Love of My Life. That's another live song. We Will Rock You. Another one, Bites the Dust. I Want to Break Free, Under Pressure. Who Wants to Live Forever? Bohemian Rhapsody live. Radio Gaga, Live Aid. Ayo, Live Aid. Hammered to Fall, Live Aid. We Are the Champions, Live Aid. Don't Stop Me Now, and The Show Must Go On. It's so good.
Their performance at Live Aid, Rolling Stone called it like the best 20 minutes ever captured on film. You know,
wow,
and it was unbelievable.
Have you heard of Mark Martel?
No,
Mark
who's Mark Martel?
Look up Mark Martel. He did a lot of the voice matching for Freddie in this movie.
Oh yes, I have seen that guy. Is it from Canada, right?
Yeah, he's incredible, right? He's incredible.
Oh my God, he's just like him. Like he went on like Canada's Got Talent, I think, and Celine Dion was just floored. She couldn't believe it. Yeah,
he's so good. Like, and you know, they don't want to, you know, do spoilers and say where they used his voice, but you can kind of figure it out. Like, I'm sure, like when he's auditioning, when he's in the parking lot, and he's like, for the band, and I mean, because Freddie really was, you know what I mean. So that things like that, but if you listen to him, it's like it's so good, man. Okay, we got off on a little Queen rant. Okay, so off the top of your head, what is your favorite part of the day and why? Morning, afternoon, or night?
Oh, night. I'm nocturnal. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, from having a kid, we have to get up. I never drank coffee until my baby was born, and now I'm triple espresso. Here we go. But no, night for sure. And I have a theory. I think it kind of goes, whether you're a morning person or night person, it kind of goes to the exact moment you were born. And I was born at 4:36 a.m. And I think I'm just, I'm staying up late is kind of in my bones.
Yeah, me too. But what's funny is that since this change, I have been getting up in the morning, and I gotta say, there's something. I mean, not real early, but some days I actually get up early, and I'm like, wow, there's something nice about being up in the morning,
Well, it makes you feel productive for sure. Like psychologically, it's like
psychologically, yes. Like if you're, especially when the air is fresh. I know all these forest fires, it's hard to have fresh air, but when when the skies were blue and I was able to go outside, there was something about like, wow, it's like 10 a.m. and I'm like outside and it's not too hot yet, and I can, it's not 100 degrees yet, and I can go out there. But
yeah. What makes you feel like you can cross something off your list? You ever like cheat on your to-do list? Kind of like, all right, wake up, done. Let's see here. Coffee? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm on a roll, brother. All right, made a list.
Made my bed. Yeah. Those are really easy ones right here.
See? All right.
If you had to get a hamburger from a fast food joint, what would be your go-to fast food hamburger that you would get?
I do love the Big Mac, but I'd have to go with the double In-N-Out. I think that's my jam.
Double. I love it. Double. Every now and then I'll get a triple. It's been a while, but the triple.
I don't do it often, Darren, but a week ago I had to go to LA, driving back, and I had 2 doubles. I hadn't done that in forever, man, but it was working.
Yeah, but you're thin, so you're doing good. Okay, if you could, here's a great question. If you could have a small house and lots of land, or big house but no land, what would you choose?
Off the top of my head, I'm going big house, no land, only because I don't have to deal with the yard work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that means my wife wouldn't want to deal with the inside work, and we'd have a cleaning lady that would be probably rent.
Yeah.
So you got to pick it.
Yeah. Okay, and then this is these last 2 questions. I try to pick maybe you can help me because you're good with the questions. I want to pick questions that make my guests feel really smart. So I was trying to pick a question that everybody would know the answer to, but I found that not everybody knows the answer. So
I bet most comedians would actually know this.
Yes.
What was the first music video that aired on MTV?
Dude, I don't think I know. Oh, wait. I know it. I do know it. Is it radio video killed the
Kill the
radio
radio
star?
star. Yeah, very good. So,
What was
yeah,
the
I bet
first
that's
and was the first album that was made into a CD? Was it Bruce Springsteen? Born in the
uh,
USA? I don't know.
you know what? I think you're right on that. I think so, because that was '84. So
Yeah.
that sounds like a safe bet.
But I do like that first video on MTV. Maybe that'll be one that I'll ask.
Yeah, just because it's like, I mean, to me, it's an easy one, but I'm a music nut, you know. But I think most comedians would know them.
What? Okay, here's my go-to easy question that I thought everybody would know. At what temperature does water freeze?
32 degrees?
Yes. At what temperature does water boil?
Oh boy, I should know this. Let's see. I'm gonna go with 120. I have no idea.
No.
I should know this.
212.
212. Second guess.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't know it. I had to look it up. In fact, I'm still not sure. So I'm going to look it up again. This is my fourth time looking at it. At what temperature does water boil?
The boiling point of water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit
Yeah.
or 100
Well,
degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Mr. Carter.
Yeah, 212. All right. So I like that. I'm going to ask I'll ask my next guest next week. What was the first video on MTV? That's a good one. I like that.
I think that would be a good one. Oh, here's a quick question for you. What's the craziest thing you've seen or heard since March Madness COVID began?
Oh, I'd say, yeah.
Aside, like, the horrible things happening in the news, like just you personally, what have you?
It just gets all serious. Well, I saw some race riots. I saw. You're like, damn, dude. Like,
Wow,
it got super depressing at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, they were kind of lighthearted, having fun, slap happy, and then they both jumped. It was really weird.
I saw my friends. No. I wouldn't say the craziest thing, but like, it is a little odd that people are like moving, right? Like that was okay. First of all, Joe Rogan getting the $100 million Spotify, I was like, wow, like that's great and pretty phenomenal. And then when I found out he was moving, I was like, well, he's leaving. And then I heard that Theo Vaughn's moving, Joey Diaz moving.
Yeah.
My buddy is like, you know, I mean, I could name like 5 more people that have moved. Do you know people that have moved or?
Yeah. I mean, you know, Flip Schultz, you know,
Florida. He moved to Florida. Yeah.
But also with that, I think he was seeing his parents too, you know, want to be with his family,
yeah.
which I understand. But I think honestly though, Darren, all those guys you named are guys that are very successful, but I think they probably are paying major, you know, that they have a big house and they're like, do I really want to deal with this right now during the pandemic? You know? So,
I know.
I mean, I get it, man. You know what I thought was nuts? Did you hear about this? Oh my gosh. Did you hear about these Alabama COVID parties? Have you heard about
Oh, I think I did, right? Where people are like, let's get together and get it over with, herd immunity or something.
Well, okay, here's what they do. It's these college kids in Alabama, and what they do is they have these COVID parties. So they charge a cover at the door. You walk into the party. Someone at the party is infected with COVID. And if anybody catches it at the party, they get all the money in the pot.
Oh my gosh.
Now, dude, I don't know about you. When I first heard this, I was shocked. I was like, no way. There's a college in Alabama? When did they get books?
Yeah. Is Alabama and Mississippi, are you guys rivals? I don't know.
Yeah, they're right. Football. They're like college football rivals, but because Alabama always wins. Until Clemson came along. But that's just, that's just a little.
That's a good joke. It's a good joke. Hey, by the way, I played Vicksburg, Mississippi once.
Oh, wow.
I remember I went to Jackson, Mississippi, and the way that we got from Jackson to Vicksburg is they had a taxi cab pick us up, and then they reimbursed the cab driver.
Oh, wow.
But it was cool. I'd never been to Vicksburg, Mississippi, and it was neat to see like a lot of people had like Civil War like cannons in their front yards and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It was actually kind of cool. Like, wow, I feel like I definitely feel like I was on the road, like somewhere other. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it feels like a lot of times when we travel as comics, we're like it's all the same. Like Applebee's, a mall, you know what I mean? Taco Bell, Subway. Yeah, it's like there. I was like, wow, I'm actually seeing. Like. It looked different. It was cool. I loved it, Yeah,
it's definitely something different. You just reminded me, Emo Phillips? The
Yep.
comedian, right? He used to have a joke. He's like, what do you call those guys who reenact the Civil War? Oh, yeah, Georgia State Troopers.
That's hilarious.
He's a great
Yeah.
writer. Oh, man.
Claude, man, I'm inspired. I like what you're doing. You're writing the stuff. You're getting it out there. And dude, thanks for coming on the Pocket Party podcast. And you were on I want to say about a year ago for the audio version. So guys, if you like this episode, go back into the archives, look up Claude Stuart. And I like to end all my episodes with words of wisdom, something that maybe our guests can, relate to other people. If there's anything you want to say as we wind this down, any words of wisdom?
Oh, sure.
Please.
No problem. I would say, one telltale sign that your mother-in-law might be a hoarder is probably 78 cans of Skippy in the closet. No, I just got to keep a couple things in mind. I mean, look, two wrongs don't make a right unless you make a wrong turn. And then you're back going the right way. Misery loves company, but herpes loves everybody.
This guy can't stop being funny. It just comes out of him.
What's happening?
Hello.
No, I mean, words of wisdom, I would just say appreciate what you have. This is something I work on with my son, but I have trouble with this too. Stop obsessing about what you don't have and what you need, and appreciate what you have, because trust me, you have more than you think. That's what I'd say.
Love it. Claude, you're the best, man. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll love to have you back. Thank you so much. And
thank you, brother Darren. You're hilarious.
Your mother-in-law and those little dogs and your son and the little parrot. And
oh, yeah. Rap.
Does the parrot help me? Help me. Oh, real quick. Does he say any funny words, or does he curse at all, or say?
He doesn't curse, but he has a couple of key things he says. He'll go, do it.
Really?
So when I get food, the only way to shut him up is to feed him, like whatever you're
do it. That's hilarious.
But now what he does is not like when my wife starts yelling at me for something, then he'll kind of like echo her a little bit, So
no.
So like, honey, you need to calm down. Honey, calm down. I'm like, damn it. I'm like,
calm down. Go to bed, Claude. Yeah. Yeah. Have your dad look at the prenups. No.
Yeah. You're lucky I married you.
You're gonna put this in your routine, man. Like, having that parrot heckle you. That's hilarious. Oh man, that would go viral. All right, man. Hey, have a good one, and we'll thank you. We'll just keep talking. I'm worse than the parrot. Do it. Stop the podcast. Do it.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right, buddy. Good night.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, brother. It was awesome.
We're done with this interview.
Thank you again for watching this video. Slap like, give it a nice thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hopefully I can get this kitchen remodeled and take care of that weirdo back there in the window.